Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Hannah Wallace, and today I'm joined by Marion Leslie from Thomson Reuters, and we're going to be talking about cloud and data. Marion, it's great to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
What challenges are organisations facing when adopting cloud technology?
The first is there have been concerns about security and governance, which are, I think it's fair to say, significantly abating. So there have been a number of studies that firms have done around their relative capability around security of infrastructure versus that provided by the cloud providers. And I think in the main, everyone's coming to the conclusion that actually the cloud providers are much more capable and efficient and are investing much more in this. So from a kind of security, information security perspective, I think those fears are allayed. However, I think there's also still a point around whether you want to put all your information, your customer data, with a public cloud provider. Potentially putting all your information with a single cloud provider does bring with it inherent risks. And then really understanding how and where that data gets transported and where it's hosted also become sort of geopolitical as much as reputational risks. Secondly, there are still some questions around processes and systems that can and cannot be hosted by cloud. So classic example would be systems that require ultra low latency, algo trading. Those kinds of things are still not really suitable for cloud. I'm sure that will change over time, but certainly there are a number of streaming real-time use cases that can be hosted by cloud, but I think those that require really close co-location to source are probably not best suited for cloud. And I think the other piece is it's not free. So I think there's an assumption that once it's in the cloud it doesn't cost anything, and that's not entirely true. So whilst it's much more suitable for managing variable intensity of usage, any systems or processes that have a degree of downtime, any way in which you can reduce the number of staff that you have developing, supporting or operating the system, that really does give you cost savings. But anything where you've got a fairly continuous intensity of usage needs to be looked at. And that's where a real examination of, well, what are the processes that are supporting this infrastructure and how do they need to change? So it's not enough just to move your infrastructure and then perform all your tasks in exactly the same way, because the costs of publishing and consuming data from the cloud are quite high. So what you need to do is move your infrastructure, your applications, but also move your processes and change them so that they're more appropriate for cloud, so that you're performing your activities in the cloud and reducing the amount of extraction and publishing that you do, because that's where some of the costs come in.
Marion, this has been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching.